Antifa has a new cell in Philly and they're calling for property seizures, violence on police, and all-out revolution. This is going to end well. An armed Antifa group is launching a new cell in Philadelphia with support from the alt-left alternative media. Sure shit, not me. The group currently hosts anti-police workshops called Our Enemy in Blue. Okay? The group draws inspiration from convicted murderers and calls for violence against the police, theft of goods, and armed insurrection. Please, can we just arrest these guys now? Antifa websites like It's Going Down, which ironically actually went down from funding, Submedia, and Insurrection News have been promoting the group, which calls itself the Revolutionary Abolitionist Movement, whatever it is, calling on their readers to donate to a phased Razor account for the creation of the new cell. See, even Antifa likes capitalism. The press release the group publishes in the far-left media, it's filled with hyperbolic claims of how mosques have been ruthlessly bombed and how LGBTQIZRYVX whatever are being battered. Okay? The destruction of black lives continues unabated as millions languish in the plantations of the modern-day slave system, the group states. Oh my God, it's so dramatic. Taking pride in the legacy of Philadelphia's rich revolutionary tradition, RAM City's Muhammad Abdul Jamal, the Black Panther activist who shot and killed Philadelphia police officer Dan Frank in 1981. It also cites Russell Schultz, who shot a police officer in the back 5 times in 1970. Isn't he a lovely person? Similar to Antifa, in the actions of the Black Panthers have been described as having a very undefined purpose of assaulting the police officers. You can arrest these guys now. We give you permission, okay? We don't mind even if you want to rough them up a little bit on the way to the courthouse. Just saying. Like other Antifa groups, RAM claims to oppose the usual isms and white supremacy. But a quick look at the organization's political foundation page, as highlighted by the Far Left Watch, notes an inclusion of several alarming points, including the abolishment of gender and the exploration of the cooperative economy. That basically means they want to seize your property. The latter calls on the members to expoliate or take away goods, lands, and tools to begin the revolutionary process over my dead body. Expoliation is another way of saying seize or steal. They're communists. Is anyone surprised by this? They're running around with hammer and sickle flags. The organization models itself after the so-called Raja Revolution, a leftist guerrilla movement that currently active in North Syria. RAM states that the communists offer a foundation in communal and council-based political organization and military defense. The organization within the Royal Jihad Revolution is currently involved in combat against ISIS. Well, at least they're doing something, I suppose. Far Left Watch notes that the RAM has been hostile to a variety of anti-police workshops, including a legal training workshop and a class on the induction to anarchism, and one called Our Enemies in Blue, which deals with anti-police action or how to handle police officers during violent clashes. Despite active calls for violence against law enforcement and revolution against the government, the liberal media has been surprisingly lenient in its coverage of Antifa. Of course they have. Depicting them as outrageous crusaders against the rise of white supremacy. Until their houses start getting seized, and then all of a sudden they're going to be screaming, bloody murder! So guys, there's a little bit to unpack here. So first thing first, mainstream media, I believe the reason they're going soft on Antifa is because they're being told from higher above. There's even a theory going around the internet where George Soros is directly funding Antifa. and he is very much their spear, or the pointy end of his spear, and he's using them as a weapon to further his agenda. Sort of can see that. Things like what happened with Charterville and stuff like that definitely makes you wonder. As for this whole seizing property and that, I don't believe he's on board with that. And at the end of the day, I think that's their doing. That might cause a little bit of an issue between the two groups, if that is true. We'll just have to see. But at the end of the day, I think as soon as they start seizing property and start carrying on like communists, then mainstream media will soon disavow. But at the moment, they're setting their agenda. So, yeah, I don't think mainstream media is going to do anything too drastic. Apart from that, guys, obviously, like I say, apart from that, as for the rest of their gear, their manifesto, obviously seizing property and stuff, it's going to go down well, especially when you get a gun owner. He's going to shoot first, ask questions later. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But obviously, guys, one thing I don't get is like CNN heads and stuff like that living in multi-million-dollar condos. Who do you think Antifa is going to go after first? The other really funny thing out of this whole article was the fact that they're asking for donations and I presume are selling these courses. That kind of sounds like capitalism to me, and they're surprisingly against capitalism. So what, they're only against capitalism when it doesn't suit their agenda? I don't know, you're kind of looking a little hypocritical here, boys and girls, but hey, you know, who am I to judge? Because, I don't know, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you surprised by Antifa carrying on this way, or are you like, nah, totally not surprised? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. And apart from that, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube.